This is running down the Ice House Trail with added commentary. So starting up on top of Broken Mesa above the rim, the Ice House Trail dates back to the Pioneer days. It was used to access the Pine Valley Mountains. There was a sawmill up there and a ice house or a pit where ice was harvested from a pond and then insulated in the sawdust from the sawmill to preserve ice for use in the summer hot months. This dates back, 100 plus years ago, before power and before refrigeration, air conditioning. So the trail is probably in a lot worse shape than it was back when it was used 100 years ago. It's pretty rocky. It has a lot of the volcanic rocks. It's gravelly. It used to get a lot of bike traffic, mountain bike traffic. They would shuttle from up on Cottonwood Road and do the whole Ice House Trail all the way down. But given the growth of mountain biking in the area, there's a lot of better options. This trail is, because of the rocks and the narrow single track nature, it's pretty easy to do pedal strikes and get tangled up in some rough terrain. So it's not quite as fun as a smooth, flowy trail. And there's actually some new trails up off Cottonwood Road, the Rose Cliff area, that's probably a little more conducive. But there's people that still do it. This steep part where we're coming down off the rim of Broken Mesa, it is quite steep. It's about 20% grade. It's 500 feet of elevation change over a half a mile. Now, if you look off to my right or the left side of the screen here, you're looking down at that valley there. That is where the Middleton Power line trail goes. And in the distance, you can see a little white object. That is actually the water tank up on the top of the Middleton Power line trail by Cottonwood Road. It's probably only about 2.5, 3 miles from here, but the nature of this flying camera is that it tends to flatten things out and make things appear a lot farther away than they actually are, because I guess you'd call it a wide angle lens. Now this part of the trail here gets baked in the sun and can get quite hot in the summer months. If you're going to do this portion of the trail, you'd want to go early and have plenty of water with you. I used to do hill repeats back in my running days, and I would carry a cooler and leave it at the bottom of this steep portion, and I'd have a spray bottle of water and cool drinks. So it would take about 8 minutes to get from the bottom of the steep portion, which is where the Ice House Trail intersects the Middleton Power line trail. It's about a half a mile up, 500 feet elevation gain. It would take me about 8 minutes up, and then I'd take it really easy on the way down. It'd take about the same amount of time to go down. So you'd do one lap in about 15 minutes or so, and I'd come back down the bottom there and refresh myself with some cool drinks. But this day, I'm actually, this is Veterans Day, so November 11th, 2025. I've already posted this video without audio, and I'm just adding some narration and commentary after the fact. I've never seen a desert tortoise on this portion of the trail, probably because it is so steep and rocky. It's not conducive to them being able to climb through these rocks or to be able to put in a den because it's just not soft and sandy enough. I have seen a lot of lizards and snakes of various varieties. I think I've only seen one rattlesnake on the Ice House Trail. As you get lower down, it tends to get mellower, flatten out a little bit. There you can see the water tank off in the distance. As we get down lower, you can see the steepness of this grade. Once we get down to the flat area, you'll be able to see kind of this diagonal cut going up to the top of the Broken Mesa. Again, the footing is pretty rough. Got to be careful not to twist an ankle or trip, but it is fun to run down it. And it is a challenge to run up it. There is a video without audio of me running up it. I don't think I will create a video with adding audio to the up portion. Okay, so I just crossing the Middleton Power line trail right there. So we got another half a mile to go, but it's fairly flat, slightly downhill all the way to the trailhead. So this area is frequented by dog walkers and local residents. It's really a nice place for them to access. And there's, I don't know if I've passed it here yet or if we're coming up to it, but there's a fork where I'm on the Ice House Trail and there'll be a fork. Yeah, there it is, where the Mustang Pass Trail splits off. And that's the part of the Mustang Pass that heads up the south side of Mustang Pass. The north side trail takes off from way down on the Mill Creek Trail or the Mill Creek Access Road. There used to be another north side Mustang Pass trail that actually was a pretty nice trail, but it has been erased, and I guess it's the people that maintain these trails, I guess it's the BLM. They're trying to restore that portion. It was actually a better trail than the current Mustang Pass Trail. But these trails, they get a lot of use, but they don't get much maintenance. And so over the years, especially with erosion from heavy rainstorms, they can get quite rocky. As the soft soil and sand gets washed away, it leaves behind the rocks that are embedded in the soil. So off in the distance, you can see the Pine Valley Mountains. You can see the red cliffs there in front of the Pine Valley Mountains. That's known as Yance Flats or Candyland. And there's some trails up there that you access off the Cottonwood Road. Now off in the distance there, you can see that diagonal cut going up to the top of Broken Mesa. That's the Ice House Trail. It's got a little S-turn in it. And we should be coming up to the neighborhood where the trailhead is fairly shortly here. Veterans Day 2025. It was actually a beautiful day. Probably temperatures in the low 60s right here. Perfect conditions for a nice run on the Ice House Trail.